Watch what?
Watch the sink. Yeah. I can't find anything like it online. I used expensive drain cleaner. I used the snake. I got everything out of the garbage disposal. The only thing I haven't done is taken it apart because I'm too scared that I won't be able to put it back. This is what it does. Ready? Set?
Yep.
I can only do it that much because the last couple times I've done it, it's sprayed all over the kitchen. If I've done it for a long period of time. Have you ever seen that?
Never. To
Are you
me,
joking?
to me that looks like
It's going the wrong way.
the sewer's just backed. It's not. It's
Stop.
clogged. That's what it looks like to me.
Stop. Because I just watched a fucking video. About that.
Yeah. What?
And I cleaned out. So the drain in the basement was clogged. This drain.
Yeah.
But there was like a bunch of cat litter and stuff around it. So I swept it up and like cleaned the floor. And then it started going down fine. But at first it wasn't going down at all.
Yeah. So what does that make you believe it is?
Okay, fuck you.
Haha.
Fuck you. It makes me believe that like the sewer is back. Not the city sewer.
Yeah.
Remember when I texted you about the neighbors too?
No. What about that?
And how theirs was backed up and going into the yard?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And the basement, I mean, like, I plunged it and put hot water down it and stuff, so, and it stopped. But I watched a TikTok where the guy, like, took the drain out and, like, dug around the drain in the basement, like, the concrete.
Yeah.
And the pipes were disconnected. So it just rots there.
Yeah. And it's just flowing in the dirt underneath the house.
Well, yeah, it just like pulls apart, and then there's just like a hole with a bunch of water.
Yeah.
And it gets full enough to where like it goes out either side, but it's not connected and it's not working right.
What?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. What did
But I don't want to have to use a jackhammer. That would be wild.
That would not be good.
I'm trying to think of the only drains that like. See, okay, so this is why I think it's like a mainline problem. The only drains that are working well are the shower and the sink upstairs. Everything else takes a second. And this is on the ceiling.
Yeah. Well,
So it's like a main clog, right?
that's what it sounds like. I mean, they have if you look where the drain coming down out of the floor from the kitchen,
Yeah.
it goes into a main pipe, right? Like it's up under. It's.
I mean, that's what I would assume. Like, why? Like, any drains in the basement have to go out to the city.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the drain that comes down out through the hole in the floor to the drain pipe that goes to the wall in the basement.
I don't know where that is.
It should be right above where you should be able to.
You showed me where the hot and cold water turns on and off. And it's not a big pipe.
No. the drain pipe going out of the drain to the basement would
Like
be.
this one? Like this one?
I can't see.
You're breaking.
I
Your
mean,
phone.
there's only one big one, but it has foam on it.
It has what?
Foam on it, and they spray painted everything black, remember?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that should be, that's the main. That's the main. And the main should have a, like a cap to open it up. And
Are you looking?
yeah, that's,
So this is secured with tape.
that doesn't look right there.
No.
That-
Yes, no, it does not. This is secured with tape and there's nothing on the bottom besides sponge. It's a sponge.
Who did that?
That's a great question.
Oh, God. That,
How do you fix that?
you'd have to remove that.
What happens if I take that off?
It's hard to say exactly what that is from this video, but if
This
it,
is going outside. Let's see.
but what's the diameter of it? Is it like 4 inches
I would
around?
say 4 inches.
Okay, yeah, that's the drain that should be going.
Yeah,
Outside.
it's the biggest one.
That,
I can tell exactly where it goes. It's definitely water, and it seems like the line is going like in a lot of directions that are unnecessary.
what?
Like it could just go straight forward. Does that make sense? It could go straight across the basement ceiling, and it doesn't. It goes like a whole different route, which is just like the fucking dryer vent.
Well, there's probably all the drains from all over the house.
Yeah, there probably is, but I don't understand why there would need to be, like, why it would need to be this long in the basement. 'Cause, it goes to we have a boiler.
Yeah, that was probably. Well, no, the boiler wouldn't. The boiler doesn't.
Yeah, that's water.
It is water, but it doesn't drain the water. The water's just heated.
This pipe connects to the boiler.
I don't know if that is the drain then. The drain
Yes,
should.
it is, because it's water. And I can tell, if you want to know how I can tell, because they tried to set up a toilet. This is a toilet bottom, right?
A what?
This is the bottom of a toilet. This is them trying to put in sewage for a toilet, right?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yes. They put that in, and then realized it was too close to the boiler, and that's how I can tell with the water pipe that that has the foam around it, the 4-inch tubes, that's the water. It's affecting the washer, the sink, the bathtub, the sink in the bathroom, and it's not it was affecting the sink upstairs, but it's not. It was affecting both upstairs until I used Drano. And now it's like I clogged it somewhere so efficiently that I've ruined the sink in the kitchen and the bathtub.
How long of a snake did you use?
It got stuck.
Did you get it out?
Yes, I got it out, but like it was the pipes in the bathtub, and obviously I'm not gonna take apart the garbage disposal without knowing how to put it back together. I'm not gonna do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
That looks too scary.
No. The thing that's got me confused is that spigot that you just showed me.
Yeah, with the foam.
Yeah, that shouldn't be there. That's for water.
Well, there's a lot of them. There's a lot
unless
Some
it's
of them almost look like they're like spray, like they're for like emergency services.
oh maybe like some kind of
Yeah, that's what I'm
sprinkler
trying. Like
sprinkler system, like a sprinkler system for fire.
Yeah. They did have. There is a sprinkler system outside actually. It's just not working anymore. But this is connected to a main line, and this feels moist.
Yeah, because that spigot, I'm guessing what they did is they tried to open it, and then it was
didn't work.
It was leaking, and when they tried to close it, they couldn't get it to stop leaking, so they stuck a foam
And
up
then,
there.
because there's also foil along some sides. Like there has been multiple. There's been multiple leaks, which is something that who's the guy that the inspector should have said something, right? But
I would think so.
just trusted them, which isn't what you do.
What's that? Say it
I
again.
said it looks like there's leaks. Like here's foil, here's tape, and more foam. We just trusted the inspector to tell us what was wrong and didn't stay and all that.
Who is the inspector?
We didn't understand that was like a thing that we needed to do.
Who is the
inspector was the realtor's friend.
Who is the realtor?
Huh?
Who is the realtor?
His name is Kevin.
How did you meet him?
I found the house.
Oh, you just saw the
On
sign?
Zillow.
Yeah.
And then cricket, and then like Eli, I mean that's what Eli does.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So like he was able to talk to people, and then we just met with the realtor and saw the house, and then
Got the slow
it was
plumb.
definitely flipped by it was his girlfriend's son's house, and they flipped it, and then it's our bad, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
He was like, we have an inspector lined up to come this day, but we were just trying to get out of Maggot Palmer Park.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, thank you, that's so nice.
I don't see how you're gonna get around not getting a plumber to check it out, because
Yeah, but I don't know anything. Maybe I do. We'll see. But does that look like it's gotten worse?
I can't really even tell.
It looks centralized.
I can't. My eyes are bad, and I can't really see while I'm driving.
Yeah, I don't even, we shouldn't even be talking right now. I'll talk to you later. You're driving.
All right, I'll give you a call when I get home.
Okay.
Can I take one last look at my really cute brother?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you're so handsome.
Yes.
Yeah. You are.
I am.
You are. You're so handsome. I love that
Stop.
long hair. You look
Yep.
like a stud.
I do.
You do. If only you had that dirty hat off.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Just
Wear a
kidding.
hat. I have a new Carhartt hat for you.
Yep.
Yeah, you look so much more handsome.
Yeah.
You always look handsome.
I do.
Don't worry. I love you, Rick.
Love you too.
You're my favorite sibling.
Yep, I am.
Don't tell Julia.
Okay.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
We'll call you in a little bit.
Bye. Ah.
Pretty good.
Mhm.
Very nice. Very good.
I was.
Yes, you are. I scared you there.
In slow motion.
Yeah. Kind of had to call your mother because she's not going to be happy. One bit. Got a little wet spot there. Pretty sure.
Did we? I was gonna say it, but did we miss a call? But that was Annie.
That was Annie, but she called me.
Anybody in hockey said.
Wash that hair.
I think they'd be lying. Said 5 years
Fun.
ago.
You look.
He's going to have them a
I'm
perennial
fine.
playoff team within 5 to 6 years. I don't think they did. Now they might have said within
She was just joking.
6 or 7 years, 5. Well, they might have said 5 years.
You
And
could
they
wash
are
your
as
hair.
close as you could be to being a playoff team. But maybe
Yeah.
in their mind, it has taken
I need to
a hit.
I guess
I'm not hitting it. Yeah.
But listen, I think
can
it's
watch
totally
that, too.
fair to be
You
bummed
can
out
wear
they
it.
didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, for now.
And I think it's totally fair to wonder if he can get the
Yeah,
job
just for
done.
now.
I mean, you're fans, I'm fans, we're all fans. But just do me a favor. Go back and look at the 2019 roster for the Red Wings. I mean, Andreas Anthony,
And with the contract,
Trevor
too.
Daley, Valtteri Filppula making $5 million, Justin Abdelkader making
Ron Steelson, was
4.2.
he on there?
Yes, I mean, the mess in Madison Bowie, remember you got him from Montreal? You either had guys that couldn't play or had guys that could play and were way overpaid
Right.
and way too much term. I do believe the aisle and cleanup five, the cleanup in aisle 5 that Eiserman had to do was way a ton. So I still think this is the year. If they don't make the playoffs this year, if they don't take a massive leap this year, then yeah, his reputation takes a hit. But I think we knew it was going to take a bit.
The cornerstones that Steve Yzerman, quote-unquote cornerstones, and Scott Harris inherited are so meager. You almost feel sorry for him. Harris, maybe inherited one, Tarek Skubal. You can't say Green and Torkelson are definitely cornerstones. And I think Yzerman inherited one.
Dylan Larkin.
That's it. He picked all the other ones up, Mo Sider and everybody else.
Sure.
That's it. So, understanding that, it takes more to deliver a reputation.
Let's go to the phones, but quick ticket text. It says, does Rieger's career take a hit? Absolutely not. Mark from Howell.
Oh,
Well, would you answer that question?
let's go to the phones. Let's go to Oak Park.
Wait, you agree, though, it's a career.
Talk to Murray. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello there, Murray.
You didn't disagree. Hey, Murray.
How you doing, guys? Hey, look here.
Yeah.
If Eiserman had addressed the enforcer role, we would have been 10 games above what we were. And it would have been nice that having the draft
Nice
here,
shock.
at this time in the Red Wings was in the playoffs. But he didn't do it.
I agree.
So when is he going to do it? I mean, we haven't had anybody like that since Constantino. And if they don't do it this year or for next year, we ain't going to be in the playoffs then.
Well,
So-
they do need, but you know what? They were talking today, both Malone and Yzerman, saying defensive woes are not just the goaltender and the defenseman. They did try. They have a few forwards, a little offense have. That's why they have 13 players with 10 or more goals.
Yeah, you never want to be, in Murray, with these guys, it's always defensive responsibility. Like, they'll take guys that score less as long as they're good on the D end, more than a guy that scores a ton, but doesn't play D at all.
You got to keep the cheap shot artists, you got to give them something to think about. That'll keep the team healthy. So, Eiserman, he's not listening.
Well, it's not quite. I understand what you said about an enforcer. It's not quite the same as it's been before.
There's no
But
room for it anymore.
I know,
unless
but
the
Larkin
enforcer
is
can
taking-
play.
Well, exactly.
I mean, I don't know, Bob Probert could play, right? But go name another enforcer. If all he is a goon out there, there's no room.
No, you just want a big, strong forward like a Kachuk or a Brendan Shanahan.
That will put you on your butt. I got you.
Yeah. The other thing too is the forward, and they didn't they have like the most number of players with 10 plus goals? Like
I don't know if they finished with the most,
they were up
there are
there,
a lot of them, yeah.
But how many of those, like for instance, and everybody loved him, and they want to bring him back. Patrick Kane don't play a whole lot of defense.
No, he cherry picks a lot.
He cherry picks a lot, and that's part of his creative offensive genius. But there was how many times when there's a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 going the other way, and the goalie gives up a goal, it's often the forward that's screwed up.
Well, I think Yzerman took this time over the last 2 months to figure out who could play and who can in his system on his team. And the people he didn't think could play, live up to the moment, they're going to be gone. I think that's how he's looking at this. So despite the fact that he said, oh, we got 6 unrestricted free agents, I want to bring them all back, that's a lie.
Yeah,
we know that's a lie, and that's okay.
Right.
Very quickly, ticket text. It says, what are you talking about, Rieger? Harris had as many Tiger drafts, most as all the minors are full of Al's guys, not to mention Harris passing up on a given on Langford, and you're somehow comparing him to Yzerman. Get off the radio. I'm actually not, though. You said...
You sort of did.
You know I'm very critical of Scott Harris.
No, I know, but you said, why aren't you cutting Harris the same slack?
Because you said Yzerman has a very, very rich minor league system, right? And that's what we trust about him. And by all accounts, the Tigers do too. So I was just simply asking, well, if you're going to give Yzerman the pass, per se, why aren't you giving Harris the pass? And you answered it. Because I was not sticking up for Scott Harris.
No, but the difference, the ticket texts are saying, is because Yzerman built this minor league system.
I agree, but
Harris didn't.
But I simply asked the question. That's all.
I know, but that's what it's pointing
I think
out.
Scott Harris is about as underwhelming as it gets from every facet of being the president of baseball operation. Can I say it any more clearly?
You know it's going to be where it's going to turn. Well, it's all just like, and let's continue the comparison between the Red Wings and the Tigers real quick.
So which one is in better shape?
Well, not only that, which one is better shape, but the parallels are amazing. They didn't inherit much of anything.
Sure.
And Yzerman's rebuild turned on his one somewhat surprising major first-round draft. Mo Seider,
yeah,
which people didn't think. Harris is going to turn on his somewhat surprising first-round pick.
You're going to say Max Clark?
Max Clark.
Oh.
Well, no, it is, because the Langford thing he could have gotten.
Oh, wait, do you mean turn for the worse or just turn for the better?
For either
fair.
way.
Fair. Did you see Wyatt Langford yesterday? He had that big RBI double against the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Did you see it? But other than that, I mean, the dude's got like a 600 OPS.
He's like 9 years older than Max Clark.
He looks very young.
Turn blink around with your brain.
539-9797. Wojo and Rieger, 97.1 The Ticket. All right, folks, the NBA play-in tournament gives teams the chance to play their way into the postseason. So it only seems right that new customers on FanDuel can play their way into $150. Place any $5 bet and you'll get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose, to use during the NBA playoffs. I would get the fun out of the way right out the top and bet on who will score the first basket for each team. They've got all sorts of bets and parlays like that. Go to FanDuel.com/Wojo
See
to
how
get
many
started.
hours we
FanDuel,
got.
official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older and present. Michigan First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
54 hours.
54?
Yeah.
54 and 54 even, or is there
54 hours and 30 minutes.
54?
Call silent.
Nice.
The card now.
14 hours of overtime.
That's why they make ordering from your couch easy.
Yep.
Stock up today and get all your groceries for the week delivered in as fast as 30 minutes without missing a minute of the game.
Yeah.
You have 47 new voicemails.
Download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Picture yourself in Indiana. Explore deep caves. Hike on a sand dune. Immerse yourself in the world's largest children's museum. Get up close with one-of-a-kind animal encounters. Whatever you choose, there's something for you in Indiana. Come see for yourself and start planning at inindiana.com/spring.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, pass me the intercom thing.
54
Yep.
and 30.
Yes.
Try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water, pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Take a minute to check your social battery. How's it doing? It's easy to ignore our needs and spread ourselves too
Yes.
thin. Therapy
Get
can give
60
you the
hours
self-awareness to build a social life that
Yep.
doesn't drain your battery. BetterHelp offers affordable online therapy on a schedule that works for you. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/grow today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/grow.
Baseball is back, basketball is heating up, and the NFL Draft is right around the corner. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Thinking about a Kia? Then you should think Thalen. See for yourself why our customers are some of the most loyal and satisfied in the state, with options to reserve an inbound Kia or to custom order. When you think Kia, think Thalen. Thalen Kia, online at ThalenKia.com.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This feeling, and it was referenced on the broadcast, it is Michael Jordan. Being down double digits again and not panicking, seeing him run onto the field, and it not even being a question, he's calm. Maybe they won't get it done or whatever, but like, he's not shook by the moment. It's not even a question.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There are a lot of inconsistencies when growing soybeans. The soil, the weather, the market. You need something you can count on, like Revitech fungicide from BASF. It consistently out-yields other fungicides by up to 9.5 bushels per acre, consistently wins in on-farm head-to-head comparisons, and consistently makes for happy farmers. Revitech fungicide. Visit revxfields.com for full results. Always read and follow label directions. Yield data based on summary of 2019 through 2022 Revex field scale demonstration trials.
Now you can order 97 Won the Ticket merchandise. Go to shoptheticket.com. That's shoptheticket.com.
By the way, today somebody, and like I said, for a team that was eliminated in excruciating fashion from playoff contention, a couple days later, I think they had good perspective. They're in fairly good mood. And somebody asked Iserman, what were you thinking as that
I heard that
was
Ted
going
Coleman
side by side with the Philadelphia-Washington game? And well, my first thought was the Flyers got absolutely screwed out of a goal on a terrible call by the ref in the first period, which they did.
Which means the Wings got screwed out of a goal. It was funny, though, because he's talking about how him and his staff are watching the Wings, and then Perron scores the goal, and they immediately turned on the Philly-Washington game.
Yeah.
And as soon as they did, Torts pulls the netminder, and Washington scores, like, right away. And he's like, oh.
He said as soon as they pulled the netminder, the Flyers said, that was a good goal. Uh-oh, this might not be good. It's so easy, obviously, to get that empty net goal. But we are pulling this or extrapolating this, because the Wings are put to bed today, and the Tigers, they're not put to bed yet, they're 10-9. But the parallels, we've already mentioned a few of the parallels. GMs and coaches and the rosters to a certain degree. And I asked this of the Ryan Mark guy the other day.
Mark Ryan.
That's what I said.
No. You keep calling him Ryan Mark.
Oh, it's confusing because they're both first
What, does
names.
he like have an FBI file? It's like Ryan, Mark? No, it's Mark Ryan.
What?
All right, please. Come on, show some respect.
But he mentioned that he thought the Tigers, just not like who's going to get to the playoffs first or who's going to be the first to break through with to me, which franchise from personnel standpoint is in better shape in the long run.
Like
Right now.
the Wings or the Tigers or
Both
the
have
option?
excruciatingly long playoff droughts. Both are in singular rebuilds with teardowns and not banking on big-time free agents, at least not yet.
Front office personnel members that really
And I went
commit to the second season.
And I went in slow motion.
Iserman and Scott Harris, both those guys are now ready to commit
I
to
went-
the
That was
Euro
so
playoff.
bad.
Oh,
I went in slow motion.
You had AFib.
In slow motion.
There was a little AFib there.
Postseason of playoffs.
And I went.
It's got alliteration.
Because Scott Harris is in his second season right now.
Oh,
You
that's
can
a
see
good
how
point.
that could be confusing.
Yes, you should start. That's a good point by you.
All right, here's
take
my
it back.
point. I think it's very clearly in my mind, that the Red Wings are in better position in the long term because I believe in their young players just from what you see and what they've been written, what they've done when they've come up. They, to me, look more legitimate. The Tigers certainly have possibilities and potential in a good farm system as far as the rankings. But, I mean, is Torkelson going to be? Is Riley Green? Is Parker Meadows going to be?
Even Colt Keith?
To me, way more question marks on the Tigers.
I would agree with you.
Way more.
I just think all you need to look at is the Grand Rapids Griffins. At one point, they played 14 games in a row. They picked up a point at least in every game.
Oh.
That was like a minor league AHL record.
Wow.
I think their young guys are closer to coming up than the Tigers' young guys. And the Tigers' young guys that are ready to come up yet, like Justin Henry Malloy, correct? Ryan Kreidler. Like, these are guys that I don't think are big-time prospects. So, yeah, we hear about the Jackson Jobs of the world, and we hear about the Max Parks of the world, but both those guys are, like, 3 years away, potentially.
What happened to, like, the Dylan Dinglers, the catcher of the future?
Still around.
Okay, but I mean...
Not really lighting it up, though.
No, I know, and I understand that prospect, but the reason it's a fair comparison with the Wings and Red Wings, because this is sort of the same time frame, and also because both sports have the same long wait for young players to develop. I would say it's just about the same.
Yeah,
How
the
long
other
it
thing,
takes.
too, by the way, is, I mean, Iserman compared to Scott Harris, one guy has at least built a team that eventually won a Stanley Cup. The other guy could not find a way to trade one of the hottest pitchers at the trade deadline.
Oh, boy, here we go. So,
I'm just saying.
so you're saying Red Wings are in better shape than the Tigers?
Absolutely. Would
Okay.
those people agree?
We'll see. 248-539-9797. I think so, but some people might be down on them right now. Let's go to New Baltimore and talk to Tom. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello there, Thomas.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
You know, first of all, I'll just come out and say it. I'm firmly in Iserman's camp. I think, and it's for the reasons you outlined, and that I was.
He's
gonna
glad to
mention
have you.
That you that didn't. You know, I was going to say that you guys said, and that is, look, he walked into cap hell. You know, usually you go into a rebuild, you've got 3, 4, 5 veterans on the other side of their career that you can trade for prospects or for draft picks. He had none of that. The only thing he had at the time was, I think, Gus Nyquist. And he wasn't really that old.
And he's still playing,
nothing.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, he actually had a season. And the farm system was there. And so, you know, his situation was beyond that. Now, as far as this year goes, in my opinion, I like Lalonde, but there was a period there during that March downturn they had. It seemed to me, I was starting to question whether he lost the team because, yeah, they had a couple injuries, but boy, it almost seemed like the team was disinterested. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I just didn't see the effort I expected, you know. And whether you lose or not, I didn't see the effort.
You are spot on, Tom. There was even a stretch during that 7-game losing where I think after the game he said we came on. They went down 4-0 in the first period. I think San Jose, and he's like, for a minute there I thought, wait, And then we came back, so I knew we didn't quit. But no, that was alarming. If he had
That was
gotten
Columbus.
Columbus, I'm
Yeah.
there. If he had gotten fired, that 7-game stretch would have been.
Yeah, if you remember, Patrick Kane scored that game winner in overtime. They were down 2-0 after one period. He's like, yeah, if I didn't know better, seemed like we quit. But then I give them all the, pride in the world for coming back like they did.
Right.
But I want to read you a quick ticket text because you asked the question. It's a great question. Who's in better shape, the Tigers or the Red Wings moving forward? You said the Wings.
Long term.
Yeah,
not
long
like
term.
next season
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
fine. You
Right.
said the Wings. I said the Wings. Ticket text. Tigers in better shape. They have 4 quality pitchers, young core of hitters. Wings are the 3rd oldest team, and it could get ugly. Well, first of all, the Wings are only the 3rd oldest team.
That's fake.
Because the kids are not ready yet. So next year they could be one of the 2nd youngest teams. The other thing too is, name me the hitters for the Tigers.
No, that's the problem. And don't fall for that red herring of the Wings are the league's 3rd oldest team. But they added 36 or 35-year-old Patrick Kane and Petrie, and they have
but both those guys combined are like 70. Yeah, and
There's kids.
Not that they're bad players,
but David Perron is in his mid-30s as well.
JT Comp, well, he's 29.
What is Shane Gostisbehere? He's got to be damn near 32, maybe.
He's 30. They're not. Ben Sherrod is 32.
There you
Alex
go.
Lyon is 31. James Raymer is 36.
Man, these are not the guys that are going to win you cups.
So I call that a fake stat, the 3rd oldest.
I
These
agree.
aren't the guys.
I agree. Here's the other thing, too, about the Tigers side of things.
Yeah.
Like, they signed as well a bunch of older guys. Like Kenta Maeda is 35, and Mark Hanna's 34.
Yeah. No, you can argue for the Tigers, but I wouldn't use that argument. That's a fake one.
I don't know what the argument for the Tigers
I
is.
really don't. 248-539-9797. Wojo and Rieger, 97.1 the ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ 24-Hour Traffic Center, sponsored by Mika, IBEW Local 58. The accident did clear along eastbound I-94 after US 12, so no issues there. Thank you, Brittany, for calling in the crash.
Yeah, Carbon, picking up the pumpkins, we didn't go in.
Two-car crash happens to be the middle of a work zone.
Pick them up and left.
Tapping the brakes there.